What is going on, everybody? Thanks for joining us on a special episode of the Who Do You Think You Are podcast. We're starting without the third today because he is late.
Once again.
What are we going to do about that guy?
He's trying, yeah.
Anyway, people, as I say every week, please go to the YouTube, type us into the search bar, WDUTUR.
You are a friend or not?
We're the first ones that come up, hit the like, hit subscribe. Yeah, be a friend, dude.
Be a friend.
Okay?
Of the podcast.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, friend.
Who do you think you are?
Not bad timing. Not bad timing on that
Not bad
drop.
timing
That was
at all.
very good, honestly. For your first try. What episode is this?
204?
204? Is it 204?
Fathers don't shower with their daughters.
Oh, damn.
And
dude.
happy belated Father's Day, everybody. That's Pedro on the board, of course, just calling himself out from the get-go. I'm Nick. It's nice to be back in the living room. You know, we celebrated our birthday as a podcast last week. I'm about to celebrate my birthday next week. So we're just kind of in like the purgatory of life right now.
It is the purgatory of life, and I'm Pedro. I'm sitting in the king's corner. I couldn't ask for a better moment. I'm very grateful to be here with you.
Mm-hmm.
And
CJ. The ghost of CJ. He should be here soon.
Yeah, everybody over here. I'm sure he'll introduce himself, but he's CJ Talks Funny. Follow him online for jokes whenever he wants.
Whenever he feels like it.
Yeah, whenever he feels like
Do you want to give a go of maybe what his joke of the week is?
His joke of the week, do you think? I don't know. I'm not a good joke writer, but I bet it would go something like...
Okay. Do you want a topic? Okay, let's say it's probably something offensive to the LGBTQIA, though.
LGBTQLI, excuse me.
So probably something to do with that.
True.
Maybe June 19th. Juneteenth.
Yeah, dude. Nobody's free until everybody's free, dude.
Yep. I believe he tweeted something about that, right? He said...
Oh, yeah. He said Martin Luther King was just a cuck and the FBI wanted to kill him.
Yeah, exactly. That was a pretty good joke.
That was. Funny joke, YouTube.
Anyways, dude, we're fine without him. We're still doing good. We're hitting all the marks, you know. So,
of course, dude.
How was your Father's Day? What is this? Your second Father's Day?
Fun. It was
third Father's Day?
No, my second, because the first time my daughter was born, it was after.
Oh, okay.
But in the belly counts, right? What do you say? That's something we can debate here.
Does it count?
I don't know. I mean, if it was to be put up for abortion, then yeah, it would count, right?
I guess so. Yes.
But I don't believe you're an actual father until there's a physical, tiny human being owning your ass.
So you're saying if a lady is pregnant with a fetus, it's not really a baby till it comes out? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you believe in abortion up till the day of...
Oh, dude, 2 weeks after. I
don't think it's a bad deal because it's kind of like the lemon law with the car. You try it out, see if you love it. Try it for a spin to see if you like it. Because if you never, especially if it's your first kid, I can understand people against abortion if it's your second kid. Because
right,
you understand what you got yourself into. But on the first kid, it's like it is really a trial and error. You don't know if you're supposed to be a parent or not.
I really didn't want this.
It's not a parent.
Yeah, it's not a parent.
So,
but my Father's Day was good, man.
What'd you do?
Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
We took a trip to Wickenburg, played some golf.
Where is Wickenburg?
Wickenburg is about an hour and 15 minutes north of here. You take the I-17 over to Carefree Highway, and then you head like northwest.
Oh, okay.
You head northwest, and I think Wickenburg is like one of the first towns you hit.
The screensaver on the TV is really distracting me, dude.
Is it?
I'm getting lost.
Some nice dunes, dude.
Those are some nice dunes. Anyways, who'd you go with?
I went with my father to celebrate father-in-law's day. And two cousins. One of them, which is also a father.
Which one?
Lalo's brother.
You went? Oh,
yeah.
Damn! I was gonna say. I was hoping Lalo was there.
Luis is his name.
He's a good rapper, dude. Shout him out.
Shout out, dude.
There you go.
Yeah, and we played golf. I hit a wonderful 84, which I was happy with.
Oh my! We miss CJ, dude.
Dude, there's a whole bunch of drama if you want to get into
Let's hear it.
In the golf community right now.
Let's hear it. What's
because
the drama?
The Saudi Arabians have a league of their own. I don't know if you've, yeah. And
Phil Jackson, the basketball player, is now playing in that league, right?
Yes, correct. And he went over there for a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm. How much?
It's like live, and the PGA Tour has never had like competition
right
within their sport. It's always been them. They dominate. They make the rules and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So now they feel threatened that Liv's coming in, dude, and taking a whole bunch of good players, or maybe
who else is going over there?
Phil Mickelson. I know Brooks Koepka's going over there. Abram Answer, I believe, is another one.
The wrong answer, yeah.
The wrong answer, yeah. There's a good amount of, and I mean, they're going for a good penny, dude. They're making some. They're making.
Well, they got the
some
9/11 money.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, it's also like kind of.
There's a lot of gold bars in the bottom of 9/11 that
sure.
Saudi Arabia obviously flew back that day.
Yeah. Who doesn't, murder a journalist every once in a while,
It's not that big of a deal.
We could still be in business.
We've murdered journalists before.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so who
why
cares?
are we being so hypocritical?
And who is the journalist? Have you read anything he's ever done before?
Nah, dude.
Yeah,
probably some commie.
I probably would have murdered him. I don't blame him, dude. Just because they have picnic linens on their head doesn't mean I hate them.
It just makes me hungry.
LGBTQL.
Oh, that was the wrong one. Damn,
we
dude,
do
I miss
need him.
CJ,
We do
dude.
need
This
him,
sucks.
dude. Yeah,
And I don't like your energy either. You feel very down in the dumps, dude.
Me?
You're on a very low frequency. I don't like the aura that's... Have a Modelo, dude.
Dude,
it's on me. Oh, you already have
got
one?
one open, doggy.
I feel like... Throw it back.
You want me to chug it?
Throw it back, dude.
Only if you give me a good sip, too, dude.
This is my only beer for the podcast.
Oh, quit being gay.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers to CJ crashing on his way over here.
Low T.
To low T? Did you say low T?
Yeah, dude. That's probably why I'm...
Do you think you have low T?
I don't know, maybe.
We should get our... I don't have low T. That's clear, dude.
You don't?
I don't have any
How do you
hair,
know,
dude.
How do you know?
I banged it out an hour ago. I'm hard again as soon as you came in.
Dude, but I mean...
I told you guys I was going to run errands, and I just wanted to fucking come, honestly.
I figured that was your excuse, actually. You want something?
What is this?
It's a 4-1.
4-1? Why
Yeah.
not, dude?
I figured that was going to be your excuse. Be like, I got some shit to do. I almost asked you if you were going to the dispo, and I was going to be like, yo, hook it up. But
No, it's more because CJ's like, I'm going to work on my comedy career instead of coming here at 4:30. And I was like, okay.
is this not working on your comedy career, dude?
This
Right?
is the biggest platform in Phoenix, Arizona. This is the biggest comedy podcast in Arizona.
I don't know what he's doing, dude.
Who else is next to us?
Mark Norman?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, but that's not local.
I know, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. We're the biggest Phoenix podcast.
Longest running, probably.
Oh, yeah. We've been running.
We've been running, dude.
It's wild.
This is episode 204, dude.
204, dude. We started this, I think I was 29 right before I turned 30, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm still cross-dressing until in my 30s. 34. That's sick.
You're never going to stop, doggy.
I don't think I am.
Once you get the cross-dressing bug?
Yeah.
Oh, it's in there, dude.
Once you get the tranny bug.
Just ask Oscar De La Hoya, dude.
That's right. He is a cross-dresser.
He's a
isn't he?
cross-dresser, dude.
Celebrate Pride Month, dude.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of Pride Month, what's up, CJ?
Oh, dude, coming in very prideful over here.
Oh,
dude.
my gosh.
We missed you, dude.
Yeah.
This is almost over.
Yeah. What are we? Well, I mean, we're out of our material. We're 8 minutes in, and we really need some lifelines.
Yeah, dude. He's saying I got low T over here.
You said you have low T. You have a low energy.
I'm sorry, dude. Okay, I worked today.
So did I.
I know, but you're not out in the sun, dude. Yeah, you're in the nice, cool AC now.
We don't have an AC.
That's bullshit. In the new
It's
location,
broken.
no, because the guy told me he went over there Saturday.
Who told you that?
The air-conditioned guy,
Wait, how do you know that?
because I know him.
Do you really?
Yeah.
How do you know him?
Mutual friends.
Okay, tell me what he looks like.
He's short.
Yeah?
He has brown hair.
What's the length of the hair?
The length well, I haven't seen him in a while, but whenever I hung out with him, it was like in between that spiky phase and the long phase.
He had a ponytail.
Did he
But
really?
he was short, so I would like...
He's got a ponytail now?
How do you know this?
What are you doing,
That's so
dude?
weird. How do you actually know this? This is
Because
crazy.
I do know him. I'm not lying to you.
Damn.
My AC almost went out the other day, and I called him up. He was going to come out.
And he's like, I was just at your establishment. Dude, I found out that at my establishment, I don't want to say names under the bus or anything, the coconut milk that we use, or a lot of people use.
Has soy milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Damn it.
So there's this big not a conspiracy, but PETA's going against this brand of coconut milk because in their factories they actually enslave monkeys.
No.
And they're tied up and they pick like coconuts for like, so PETA's trying to like this is slave labor. And I'm like, you can't call them that. Yeah, so Walmart took this brand off the shelf. All these people took it off the shelf.
That's
crazy.
surprising. Walmart took it off.
Yeah, and then
They're pieces of shit, so I
know.
they'd leave them on.
Yeah, so it is pretty wild, dude.
This is what you're backing off of, Walmart? Like you don't have people?
Walmart, Amazon, Target, a bunch of. But what's interesting is I think there's like 600 factories. They investigated like 80 of them, and they didn't find any monkeys working there. So
damn, dude, this is their offshore location.
That is crazy. Like, how do you feel about enslaving monkeys like for labor? Like, what can you do, dude?
Dude, if the monkey's happy, dude, look at us, dude.
Would you rather a monkey
We're all
or a
enslaved
Vietnamese
by
kid?
labor? What?
Would you rather a monkey or a Vietnamese kid picking your coconuts?
I mean, to be
Honestly.
honest, the monkey's probably more effective than the Vietnamese kid.
What's the difference?
¿Quién crees que eres?
There he is.
There he is. Back on
dude.
camera.
Hell yeah, buddy. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. You're muted.
You're muted, bud. What are you, Ari Shafir, dude?
Yeah. Good one, Pedro.
Thanks, dude.
God, I miss you, CJ. It's been so long with you on this now. It's like you're almost on 100 episodes, I feel like, right? It's like 126 or something, like when you...
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No way.
Pedro kind of plugged you, but dude, plug yourself.
Yeah, CJ.
Give yourself the business.
What's up, everybody? I'm Chris James. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at CJ Talks Funny for brand new jokes, whatever I feel like it.
That's what Pedro said.
That's exactly what I said.
And he tried to make
he knows mine.
He tried to make it your joke too. Do you have a joke of the week of what you were?
Oh,
gonna
you tried
say?
to wait. What was the joke?
I don't. It was some like Martin Luther King cuck joke.
Yeah, dude.
Martin Luther Cuck King.
That was better than what Pedro said.
that was way
Surprisingly,
better, dude.
because Pedro's a genius.
Well, I'm a dog person. Not that I like dogs, but I can lick my own balls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm not even that flexible.
Damn.
I'm just so horny that I can't feel pain.
So it wasn't about Juneteenth or
Or
the
Cock
Pride
Luther
Month.
Teen, dude.
That's
I
what
deleted my Juneteenth joke.
I know that's. I wasn't sure if you deleted it or
Yeah.
why.
But nobody liked it within a few hours.
I liked it.
And then
So
on Twitter, nobody favorited it.
Twitter's over you, dude.
And then I was looking at it, and I'm like, this goes really hard for just being text on a screen.
yeah.
So
I'm surprised you found. When did you finally find the line?
well, I was thinking about how I'm
Between
trying to form a
Ching Chong eyes
career, you know, and I was like, well, I don't know if this is a great way to do it. It's how I feel about this podcast every week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's nice, dude.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on.
That's why I'm just like, should I go this week? I don't know. I didn't have anything going on.
Yeah,
I was just.
He's like,
One-
yeah, I have this thing that got pushed over, dude.
It's
Can we
just
start at
existential.
9:30 p.m.?
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Sorry, I literally didn't see that until I texted you guys. He emailed us this morning.
Oh,
Said,
cool.
We're moving it.
So you're like, guys are emailing each other now, Mark Norman.
Patreon.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm part of Mark Norman's Patreon. Got to do a little joke feedback sesh with
How'd
him
it go,
and 30
dude?
other people. Pretty good.
How many people?
Like 30 or 40. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's getting
Like he's
big.
a tenured professor at Yale, dude.
Yeah, dude. And it was pretty good. He said I have a great joke.
Oh.
So I
Was
gotta
that the
go try it
joke
out
you
this
just
week
made?
now.
The dog joke?
No.
They say keep on paying me, and I'll tell you it's a great joke every month.
I'm sure, yeah.
It's like that's good.
No, he doesn't.
you
He's
got
pretty
it.
honest. I mean, he doesn't, like, if somebody just says
doesn't
something he
pander.
doesn't get, he's just like, you know,
Yeah.
okay. And he'll work on it. Yeah, like, obviously. It's fun, and, like, everybody chimes in and helps workshop
he-
No,
everybody
super
else's
cool
joke.
for sure.
Because they do that on the Joe List and him. They do that, don't they? Or no, it's Sam
No,
Morril.
yeah,
It's
We Might Be Drunk.
They bounce like
Between each
jokes.
other, yeah. They'll bounce bits.
That's cool. I totally
do
thought
that?
you just
I
lit
want
a
to bounce
cigarette
bits
up,
with you,
dude.
Doug.
With me or Pedro?
Pedro, but
He has low T. Can't get hard.
oh yeah, because
I
you were
can get
outside
hard,
all
dude.
day, dude. I was outside all day. And did you hear the energy I just came in with, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came in with anti this podcast energy. Pedro literally pierced the inside of his nose to hope that it like weirdly made his dick hard. You know how girls pierce the cartilage of their ears?
The only
so
part
they
of
don't
my
get
body
headaches
that has
anymore.
Acupuncture point.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get headaches anymore. Pedro's like, I want to get hard.
I
So maybe
swear, babe, just yank on it a little bit more. No, my septum piercing, not my dick.
I need to feel
It
pain,
was
not
running. It was running.
pleasure. Pain for pleasure.
pain for pleasure, dude.
Well, it's like those people that are handicapped, dude, that can only get like that are only like they have sensation in their like ears and earlobes, and that's it, and that's how they climax.
Dude, I love getting like licked on my ear, like bit.
Oh yeah, dude. I let my dog.
You
shower with their dog.
Dog. I was gonna say dog. Okay.
We shouldn't call her that either. It's not a better
I was
say.
talking about my wife.
Hey! There were a lot of Nazi dogs.
What's that?
It's a good tasting joint. I haven't tried that weed
What are we
yet.
smoking here?
That is a purple gelato.
You're not sick anymore, are you?
Yum.
No, I'm feeling good, man.
That's needs to be ashed and it's starting to run just a little bit.
I am feeling good.
Just a
Good,
little
bro.
bit.
Good.
Just a little bit.
How's the girlie? I know she was sick last week too.
She's dying.
Really?
Yeah.
Poor
Stage
her.
3.
Oh, rest in peace, dude.
Stage 3 bitch resting bitch face.
Damn, that does taste good.
It doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I got this on Father's Day, buy one get one free at the Mint. You recommended that place, and I went
dude.
there. Dude.
How'd you like it?
It's pretty cool.
Hey,
Pretty
happy
dope in
Father's
there,
Day,
huh?
buddy.
Thanks, man.
Did you see the way he looked at me when I grabbed his foot?
No.
How was it?
Do it again.
I said thanks, man.
I know, but there was a slight microaggression that happened right beforehand.
Okay, you are the king of microaggressions, so don't even start with
You're fucking macro aggression, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You're not even micro anymore.
There's nothing aggressive.
Talking about micro dosing, dude. Saw Jurassic Park last night.
How was
on some
it?
mushrooms. Fantastic experience. I don't
Did we like
understand
the
the hate.
Did we like the
It
movie?
was terrible. The second one was terrible.
Right.
It was a
Vagina.
Giant vaginas.
no, the second one was a trailer for the third movie, dude. Now the dinosaurs are free. It was
And you
sick.
know what?
So many dinosaurs.
Nobody's free until everybody's free, dude.
But it is funny to think about. Exactly. It is funny to watch these movies that are remade, but now in the social climate of our society, and you see like all the things they try to like entangle with, like
The pandering.
the pandering. Yeah, like oh, big government now created this to take out the crops from the small farmers, or like just a lot of those like weird social issues are like, this is so obvious.
That's how they go, it's art.
Yeah, it's
No,
just
no,
like,
it's not,
dude, no,
dude.
it's not. You're like, yeah,
It's like corporate art, dude. It's
yeah,
like a fucking...
exactly. You don't even believe this.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah, this movie is just like a, like a painting of a meadow in a lobby.
I know. It's exactly. That's a great metaphor for that. But this painting in a lobby had a lot of dinosaurs, and it was sick.
especially
I
when
was
you're
on
on
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
Watching
Yeah.
dinosaurs go at it, dude. It was sick.
I mean, almost anything will be sick as hell on mushrooms.
Oh yeah, I love going to the movies like on a couple. I wasn't like tripping. I mean, I took
Right.
4 caps and 2 stems. Nothing like crazy.
Nothing
That's a
crazy.
decent buzz.
Yeah, it was a decent buzz. It was a good Jurassic Park buzz.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
Do you ever think
I
they were
love
like
dinosaurs.
coming at you, dude, out of the screen?
No,
Did they do any kind of love thing? Like you would think they'd be in has a human fallen in love with the Velociraptor on screen
Yeah, is
yet?
Chris Pratt in this, dude?
Chris Pratt isn't. No, but he kind of has friends with a raptor. Like so, he like gets.
He has like a
its-
raptor homie.
Yeah, and he like,
Oh, dude,
and
he's got inside
he loses
baseball?
his kid, so he's trying to find the raptor's kid too. So like they kind of like this unspoken arrangement where it's like,
The next one is gonna have somebody making love to a Velociraptor for sure.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
that.
that's erotica.
That's like
There's
that.
erotica.
That's like that
Dinosaur
lady
erotica.
that was doing experiments in like the 70s with a dolphin,
Yeah.
and she ended up like having a.
Oh yeah,
sexual
your mom.
relationship.
¿Qué quieres?
How fucking dare you, dude?
Sorry, dude. Your dad has huge dolphin tits.
That doesn't even make sense, dude.
I know.
You're so dumb.
It's true. Sorry.
But yeah, she fucked that dolphin, dude.
No, she made it. She jerked it off because like if it wasn't gonna ejaculate and was in the living spaces with this dolphin.
It would get aggressive.
It would get aggressive
Yeah.
because like okay, when you're with your wife and you haven't came for a while,
Oh,
like
I
you
know
start
it.
becoming a little bit of like you're microaggressive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you become a dick.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
so
we just
she's like, I'll
experienced
jerk
that,
you
too.
off, dolphin. Whatever. Makes sense.
Was that the same lady? Was that part of the thing where they were giving the dolphins LSD and trying to talk to them and shit?
No, that was the dude that invented float tanks. The dude that invented float tanks, he would go in the float tanks on high acid and also give the dolphins acid and try to communicate with them,
That's awesome.
which is
dude.
sick.
Did he
That is
succeed?
pretty sick. Dude.
I mean, I think if you take enough acid, you feel like you succeeded, but I don't know if you
yeah.
actually broke any like barriers down.
I mean, they do know. I was watching a thing on dolphins. Did you guys know killer whales are a dolphin?
Really?
Yeah, it's the largest dolphin.
That's dope as hell, dude. When I look at a killer whale now, I'm like, that thing is badass.
So they're hella smart.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, they're mad smart, and they're like
We're so
literally
dumb. They're hella smart. They're mad smart,
They're-
dog.
Yeah,
no,
wicked smart, dude.
wicked smart, dude.
It's sick how fucking smart they are, bro.
They're so fucking smart, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
No examples, just Just
Wicked.
corroboration, dude.
Wicked, dude. Have you ever seen the videos of them hunting the fucking
It's
like
fire.
sea lions?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit's so hot.
No.
Dude, I got stuck on a killer whale trail, dude. That
never
sounds
seen
dirty.
yeah, it does. It's
That
like,
shit's wild, huh? They're fucking quick, dude.
wi-
and they
hell
live
yeah.
up to their name too, like killer whales. Like that's what they are. They're not these like what we have like in our heads about
Yeah.
killer whales. They're like, no, these fucking things are monsters.
Yeah, they were. There was the documentary I watched. This guy had like saved one of the killer whales, and so
Free Willy, dude.
so they were like chill with him. And at one point, he documented the first ever evidence of killer whales scavenging. They were like munching off of this whale carcass, and they were nudging it towards him. Like one of the things they were doing was they were chasing somebody. I can't remember if they were chasing predators or if they were chasing some prey, but they broke off from the pack to check this thing out, and they're like munching on it in silence, which is not how they usually, when they're eating, they're talking to each other. So they were like, whoa, they fucking do this, and they do it quietly, so they're thinking about it, and they're like trying not to alert others to it. And when the young killer whale comes and she starts making all the eating noises, they move it away from her
oh damn.
until she
They're like,
comes
"Yo,
over
shut
and
up.
it's
Let's-
quiet. Yeah.
Let's get our fill, and then you can, blabber
Yeah.
your mouth like a
And they nudge it over to the camera guy. Like,
like,
as
feed
if they're
him?
like, they're like,
Yeah.
what's up? Get some of this.
They're like, your turn, dude.
This shit's
Because
fucking.
he's cool with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of dope.
They're hella smart.
That's like my
Isn't that
Octopus
wild?
Teacher. Did you ever see that? That documentary about the dude that like goes diving in the South African.
Yeah, it becomes like he has an entanglement with an.
Yeah, he has an entanglement with an octopus. He like literally says like,
It made me come in 8 spots simultaneously.
simultaneously.
Tentacle porn, dude.
Yeah.
This is real. Like this is real tentacle porn. Like this.
Oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Did the octopus consent too? Like, did the octopus know it was having
Oh, it
sex?
kept coming back, dude.
Yeah.
It kept coming back.
Do octopus come?
Everything comes.
I don't know because I think they self-reproduce.
That's the name of your book.
Except for my wife.
Don't-
God damn it.
Nice, dude.
She said it's a medical condition.
That's all right, dude. You got yourself one of those conservative Christians.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
They don't
dude.
even need to come. They're
Yeah.
just like, just make babies. That's not.
Too busy.
That
to
is kind
come,
of
dude.
nice.
Yeah.
There's no pressure.
They don't even know about coming, dude.
Right. And like if they don't know about coming, you don't want to even teach them about it because like then they'll become little dirty whores.
Exactly. They'll
Just
just
always trying to
Yeah.
come and have new experiences. Like don't let them come.
no.
Like,
Yeah,
this
you
is
can't
sex.
take over my role. I'm the dirty little whore. in
Yeah,
this
it's like God,
relationship.
Yeah.
God is watching. It takes 5 or 6 pumps and bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom, pop out a baby, hip hip hooray.
Hooray, dude.
No, but that is like
Octopus Teacher.
that's cool that they had that bond though with that killer whale, dude.
Was there a story about the Octopus Teacher though?
That was, I mean, you just formed that bond with the octopus like day after day, coming back and like swimming with it, taking pictures of it, feeding it. I'm sure
Feeding it to stick.
beating that nut.
That's crazy. So the octopus was like got attached to the human.
Yeah, which is like very
Its ex used to
rare.
must have been black
Yeah.
then.
Huh?
Nothing.
I didn't hear what you said.
It was.
Yeah, it couldn't have been funny if you didn't.
I don't feel good about it. I'm picking my scab right here now. I'm picking the corner of my dry thumb. That's a bad move.
Let me see, dude.
It's
What are you
gonna hurt.
doing?
See that?
Fuck, is that monkeypox?
Dude, come on.
Or is that
Yeah.
one of those fucking little
It's worse than my jokes.
skin? Yeah, but at least I fucking emphasized mine.
It's also insensitive, according to the CDC, I believe. World Health Organization will rename monkeypox because the name is discriminatory and stigmatizing.
I said that as soon as it came out, dude.
Me
I was
too.
like, how are we,
To
in
Africa.
2022
Calling it monkeypox.
calling it monkeypox, especially when we like tested it out over there first, too.
Right.
Like we do with
Give
every
them
drug.
credit.
Yeah.
I mean, calling monkeypox discriminatory and stigmatizing towards Africa is the racist part.
Also true. Yeah.
Like
You should have heard.
you're the only one making that association, World Health Organization. It's just you and racist.
Well, it's like, did you hear what they called?
So-
I mean, what they called COVID first was crazy.
Corbett, what was it?
Ching chong cough.
¿Quién crees que eres?
That is crazy.
I
dude.
know. It was
Can you
wild.
believe
It's
that?
like, you can't do that.
Yeah, dude. 2022.
I did not agree with it at all. Then everybody just started following. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's a sad world.
Is
I
it?
think all of us should just. It is a sad world. Honestly, I was down on the world today, to be honest with you.
Down
And I've been-
on the world today.
Because, man, this is white privilege. Too. Am I gonna? I'm gonna get into it.
Exercise it when you got it.
Fucking shoot that white privilege all over me.
I'm one to like kind of throw a fit over gas, whatever. It's like whatever, dude. I'm not gonna like complain about it all the time, like make it my. It's like because I can't control it. It's like whatever. I don't fucking care.
Right.
But now I'm like paying $66 or whatever to fill up my tank when it used to be like $26, and then I'm just like looking at my bank account, like which I haven't really done for maybe 5 or 6 years, like between paychecks to like balance how I'm living. And whatever the fuck is going on with our economy and everything, I'm just like, shit is fucked up, man.
It's
Yeah,
poop,
dude.
Like, I'm like, it's like, I feel like I'm struggling. And like, this morning I was like texting my girl, I'm like, I just feel like I'm putting so much into like work and living. I have nothing to show for it. But I do. I know like that's the white privilege thing, like not taking gratitude for what you have and whatever. But it's like,
I think that's just generally white. I mean,
but it's just frustrating. It's like getting frustrated. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? We're giving Ukraine $40 billion, another $1 billion here and there, like foreign aid. I'm like, what are we doing here, dude?
They need it more than us, dude.
Dude, gas has more than doubled, which means my profits are fucking tanking so hard. I literally have to put twice as much in now at the gas pump, obviously, because it's doubled in order to get through a shift. And at the end of the shift this morning, I put in $40. I made $48. I made $8 today.
Yeah, that's so. How are you like getting by?
I'm kind of starting to sink, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm getting by the skin of my teeth, and I'm like working my dick off 5 days a week, like for some dude making millions of dollars. It's like, what the fuck?
My sister's actually paying me to babysit a couple days a week now.
That's nice little side,
a good
income
way to make some money without driving the car, you know.
Yeah, but it's like, like I'm just like, and what else pisses me off? Like I saw some article about like how all these like gas companies, they made $25 billion in profit, like one of their highest profit margins like in years.
They love inflation,
and it's like, yeah, that's why I'm like, give us a fucking recession. Fuck all these people, dude. Like, I don't know,
my house, dude.
Yeah, recession doesn't really hurt them all that much. I mean, it does, but not the way it hurts us.
Yeah. But it feels like, how could it get worse? Like, if things keep on inflating, like, how does it get better this way either?
No, it doesn't.
So it's like, don't you need the recession? You need the recession, right? I
mean, we needed the recession like
before Biden,
like 45 years ago.
Also true, yeah.
God, I wish you fell off that bike a little harder.
Yeah, true.
¿Quién crees que eres?
People, Joe.
I did get a little serious, but no, I was like, it's just been frustrating, dude. 'Cause I'm just like, where's this fucking money going to, dude?
Man. I think it's just, a part of life. I mean, the part of the society that we created, right? That we're a part of, and that just keeps fucking us. Because that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Feels like you can't get like a leg up in the situation. Yeah. And if you come to a point where you are in a leg up, like I was, I would say maybe a year ago.
That's how I was feeling too. I was feeling good. I was like, finally I'm comfortable.
And then it's like, what happened a year ago that...
Let's go, Brad.
Yeah, I mean... If it's coming down to it, dude, why not say?
Isn't it though? Like I don't know. Like maybe I'm wrong.
The fell off the bike joke was not a joke, dude.
Yeah, and but even if he fell off the bike, whoever takes charge after him isn't going to be any fucking better. Because those are the people literally running right now because he's not doing anything.
Yeah,
and you're paying $66, dude. I'm paying $83.
Somebody at work was like, I pay $145, and they like live 45 minutes away. I'm like, but it's like, but you're working 6 days a week. 14 hours a day. Like I would already have hung myself. Like that's crazy.
Dude, one time when I was working at USAA, going through training, there was this old lady, and she that's not USAA.
Oh damn.
And she was starting with the same job as me, and I was like, I just I'm not sure this is what I want to do for a while. I'm like more interested in these other things I'd like to do, and if I'm an old person starting a job like this right now, I'll kill myself. And then and then I came to in the realization of who I was talking to, and she looked so hurt, and I was just so fucking embarrassed.
Yeah.
Did you apologize? You fucking dick.
Did you have sex with her?
No, it was true.
Eat her box. So. Yeah. Just fucking eat her out.
Later, they had a fucking employee commit suicide at USA.
Yeah, true.
An old lady.
Well, I mean, it wasn't going to get any better for her, so.
Yeah, dude, it wasn't going anywhere.
I mean, there's,
Nothing was
you
gonna
know, what you said was harsh, but there's some truth behind it.
Exactly. Get your
And I was in a certain spot then too. I don't think I believe that now. Like at that age,
dude.
if I haven't succeeded, I'll be fucking grateful that there's something I can go sit down and talk on the phone at and make a living still. You know?
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. That's a weird thing to think about because I don't know, man. But
What
like,
would you? I mean, the alternative is you'd failed and now you're dead. You know, so
yeah, that sounds better than like staying at
you'll
like
get
some
there, buddy.
shit.
I promise.
Being dead.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Yeah, that's also
Why
that's
rush
also,
it,
that's
you
also
know?
true.
Without doing it yourself.
That's also true. Well, right. Yeah.
And no matter what, however you do it, you'll get there. So
I know it just
might
sucks.
as well wait it
like,
out.
Also, what else?
That's
I
the way
mean,
feel.
like age doesn't freak me out. Like I'm turning 34 next week, and it's like age has never bothered me because it's like I'm still doing the shit that I want to be doing. But I'm just like I also thought I'd have shit more figured out by this point, and that's like also I'm like maybe I was spiraling a little bit this morning. 'Cause I was like what the fuck?
I've had a
dude?
couple of those this
I
week.
was like, what the fuck am I like doing? Like, what's the point of all of this too? And it's like, and it sucks. It's like, it's not even that I want to kill myself sometimes. Like, I don't really have, it's not even that. It's like, I hate how this society, how to thrive in this world is. Cause like life and existence is so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like, it is so like temporary and like fleeting. Like even our like human beings is so fleeting. So it's like it is magical. There's a but the way that we've been like harnessed down into like how we are supposed to make it through is such bullshit that like that's what gets frustrating. I'm like, I don't know how to escape that. And it's like I don't want to like end it, but like I don't want to keep on feeding these fat fucking pigs with fat wallets. To, like keep on living there. Like
What do you want to do? What is it? Where would you be?
Like
for me,
I love like living on a farm or like some like simple life for the
That's what
community, dude.
that's
Like
what I'm saying.
having like a close knit of like friends and
I think
family and like thriving that
yeah,
way.
I think within this lifetime, you know, instead of continuing like living this, you know, you mentioned earlier the soy milk has monkeys as slaves. Like, dude, we are the monkeys. Like that's who we've become right now. But I feel like there is ways to get out of it. Like you said, living on a farm. Or I mean, you like.
But until BlackRock and like people like Monsanto and all this like own all the seeds, own all the crops, own all the fertilizers you're even legally allowed to use if you're going to sell crops to people.
Yeah.
And that gets to like you were saying earlier, CJ, about
But
like
there's always within those small communities, dude. There's local like farmers markets and stuff that you don't really need. Like
is there?
Can we
Yeah,
can we
for
get
sure.
it? Let's go let's try and get to the first principle on that.
Let's get gay first.
What is it that the homestead lifestyle is providing for you? I mean, you named a couple of things, but like what's it providing for you that is ideal to you?
What do you mean?
So you're like living on a farm, doing that, having this community. Why would that be good?
Because it feels like you're working for yourself and you're like seeing either the profits from it or either you're seeing the rewards through the process of either growing a crop, growing an animal,
being
self-sustainable. Exactly. Like, and that whole process of it, like, and it feels back to nature. And I think there's something about us that's becoming so intangible. Like we're so like connected into the Ethernet that we're not connected into like the roots of the earth anymore. And I think that's something for our souls that we need, because like going camping does something to your soul. Going out and like on a hike does something to your soul. Like, and like growing crops, growing things and animals, like having connection to them does something to our souls, because it's in our fucking DNA. And like, we're so far removed from that. Everything's like synthetic at this point.
If you were to get like a record deal, or if we start a Patreon and it goes crazy and we're making money doing this, do you feel like you'd get some amount of satisfaction from that, or would you still be like, I need to go?
For sure. But then I think we'd also have our own freedom to kind of like move away from whatever like structure we're stuck in now to like kind of start migrating in a different weird route. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean,
we?
but I'm just, it's like, obviously my brain's going devil's advocate. Is
typical.
If you're, so let's say you find a way to make money. So first of all, the homestead thing is I feel like very idealized or whatever, you know, like it's very, everybody kind of goes to that because it's like where we come from. I'm not against it.
You're
I just
totally
don't think
against
it's as
great as everybody says.
I don't think it's as brilliant or as great of an idea as people like make it out to be. You know, because like number one, I think a lot of people aren't gonna enjoy it when they're working way harder.
Oh yeah.
Not, you know, may or may not get any surplus this year. Like you're like working a lot harder to feed yourself and your family. You are self-reliant, but at the same time, you're not completely self-reliant. If something happens, you're probably going to need experts to be around somewhere, you know? If you get a fucking tumor, what are you going to do about it?
Right.
Diet 37.
Put
Right,
ginger,
exactly.
ginger oil in your ear.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, yeah.
Elderberry.
Good point, yeah.
Elderberry's
Elderberry up
good.
your ass.
Yeah.
You put it in a cotton swab and you just boof it. You boof elderberry. Yeah,
That's
simple.
what that's what the pioneers did, bud.
So
You boof it and set it on fire.
I just think what's happened is more because a homestead.
Not a bad way to take elderberry, by the way.
A homestead is basically what all this grew out from. So like, so
Yeah, we've just gotten
We've
too
gotten
far away
far
from it, dude.
Exactly.
but we've gotten here based on improvements from that. There were some problems that we've
Improvements,
never
yeah.
even understood. We've never had to encounter that people solved over and over and over again until we got to the point right here where we're like, gas has gone up and my bank account is dwindling a little bit. I'm fucking outraged. As opposed to my children haven't eaten in 3 weeks. The bread lines are getting annoying.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But it's always going to be a different story for, different people, obviously, dude. Like,
right. I'm just saying we might be exaggerating the extent
the harshness of it.
to which exaggerating certain parts of the problem that aren't the root
True.
cause.
That's true.
The root cause, I think, is what you said earlier. It's like the whole system has been overtaken by something. I'm not exactly sure what, but it's pretty obvious when you look at like just the confluence of evidence that there's a lot of policies that are pushed and pursued that are completely against what anybody wants, like a
It's
lot of
an
the
influence.
wars and
Yeah.
everything. And so there's definitely something that's grabbed a hold of the system. I don't think the system itself may not be necessarily terrible.
I can give it. Okay.
It needs to be
see that.
limited.
Yeah.
It needs to be cleaned out,
Right.
and
Drain the
run.
Drain the swamp.
drain the swamp.
It needs to be run according to the ideals that it's founded on, and it's not right now.
No,
Yeah.
for sure.
And so to blame the system itself is wrong. I think it's
True.
something that has gotten a hold of it.
You're wrong. You're right. No, you're right in that sense.
Listen
I think,
here, CJ, you're wrong,
I
but,
guess like
all right,
I go
bud.
to the catastrophic thing, being like, it doesn't sound so bad to go back to like that minimalist living. But you are right, because like I do like thrive. Like when shit's good, obviously, like in this society, things are good.
Yeah.
It's just like that, like evil and like corruption has seemed to like sink its fingers so deep into how shit's run at this point, because like there needs to be something better every single year. It's never like they're never content. It's always more and more and more, and they're always grabbing onto more as we just seem like we get less and less and less. So it's like this weird control thing, because control is also like
It's capitalism.
when money doesn't mean anything, like control means something, right? It's
Capitalism's a tool inside of the system, I think, that you're describing.
Yeah.
I think that's too.
Consumerism.
There's other problems. Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Consumerism is huge.
Consumerism is definitely a problem. I don't think there's any way to just say that's beneficial, because it just runs wild. But it's just interesting to try and identify what the issue is, and I think it's like this. It's like, we'll go full Alex Jones here, but it's like it's this global government thing.
Do it in his voice.
It's
thank you.
it's a globalist.
It's so good, dude.
Thank you. There's a system of control they're trying to establish, which may or may not be a bad thing. Like, it seems like it may be based on like the Freemason traditions, and I've read so much about that shit that it's like these guys are really trying to establish a sense of democracy and freedom for all people. You know what I mean? And whether that's just a front because that system is manipulable in a way that they are able to exploit, maybe that's what it is. But it just like
The fundamentals are there.
yeah, like I personally just believe in, like the principles of liberty, individual. I think individual liberty is and individual sovereignty is like the basis for all, society. Like each person needs to be responsible for themselves maximally to as much as they possibly can be, and that means they need to be given as many rights as possible as well. And like when everybody is doing that.
But there's also
that's when society is good.
I bet there's also societies that thrive in that, like Sweden or whatever, like those places. But I mean, they have their own sets of problems too. So
and they're extremely homogenous.
what does that mean? They're gay?
They're gay.
Yeah, they literally pretty gay.
They all suck each other's cocks.
Oh, honey, we're moving.
I'll show your socialized healthcare.
It's ethnically homogenous, so there's not a bunch of different racial groups or cultural representations and all of this trying to...
Same reason why like somebody like China
exactly
steals everything from us.
What?
Because we allow...
China steals everything from us?
For example, the Chinese.
You know, like, because we always point to like all these other places, like
it was the other
they have
way
these
around.
systems where the people are happy or like thriving, where like there's not much like culture or change or things that are like being invented or, you know, in that sense, you're like,
because they don't have the freedom to.
they don't have the freedom to fail, right? It's or like the freedom to be like true, like
Creative or whatever.
That's the whole like capitalist, like, well, who's going to create the jobs? There's no incentive to do that or have these jobs. And there is a you to that for sure.
Even Putin has said one of the things when
Rest
asked,
in peace.
what do you when asked what do you admire about America?
Yeah.
He said their creativity, and like you don't get that unless you have these like free market competing forces. You know, like that. The adversarial basis of our nation creates competition, and that drives innovation.
Exactly.
You know.
With everything. I think all art too. And I think that's kind of like beautiful as well. Like I like being a part of that.
Yeah.
Art rules, man.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a way of getting there to that, to your basic roots while also coexisting in this intertwined web that we live in as well.
So I'm saying January 6, 2003, we stormed the Capitol again, but we have a plan this time.
We do.
I said we go in there with a blueprint first of all. We have a good 4 or 5 months to plan our entrance. I mean, we already know the cops are going to let us in.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So
It's a replay.
we've got the in.
It's a replay at all from the previous time.
You just got to get Nancy Pelosi and just get those fat fucking tits.
Heavy.
That's all I really want in for. I don't care about anything, you know, senator,
talking about
governors.
politics.
Get the fuck out of here. Let me see them tits.
Yeah, dude, tits win elections.
Oh, dude. That's our campaign. Tits win elections. Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Can I pivot to something you said a minute ago? You said art rules, man.
Pivot hard, dude.
What's the value of art?
The value of art, dude, I think it's something that is, I don't know. I think about like with music, like think about the music from like the 40s or 50s, paintings from the 1800s that you can still look at and you're like, it like encapsulates like a time more than anything else. It's like even like with the Library of Alexandria, like isn't the only thing that we really know about like Greek, a lot of it's like what 9% from like scripts of like plays and stuff, and we just interpret it what their society was like just from the plays and stuff that they wrote. Like that's insane. Like that's how we look at what. So I think there's something like that's sustainable about it.
If it's only 9%, like could you imagine trying to construct our society based on 9% of it?
Especially if it's like keeping with the Kardashians. Like
which 9% do you get?
I know, right? And that's what's also crazy about it.
You could get the black version and think that this was a black majoral place where you know what I mean.
Watching like Blackish and Dave Chappelle specials, and like whoa.
Yeah, because the blacks make up 13% of the population, so anything under 9%, you know, or 9% or under, that's the sliver of the culture that you could be viewing the society through and just be like, oh, that's how it was.
And I feel like I would have always trusted artists, but now that like I see what artists are doing nowadays, I'm like, maybe artists aren't also like they're pieces of shit too.
And anybody can be a piece of shit.
They've always been pieces of shit.
But
yeah, that's true.
I've never
the
looked
best
at
artists are the biggest pieces of shit.
I never looked at it like that. Like, and I was like, you know, even Modest Mouse has a song about Bukowski. It's like, but God, who'd want to be such an asshole? It's like one of the hooks of the song. It's like, because it's like, you're like all the people like Hunter S. Thompson, fucking.
Right. It encapsulates an era, like you said. It's
but I used to idolize him, like, oh, that's who I want to be.
Yeah.
It's like,
Captain Beefheart is one of my favorite musicians and people, and he was just like the worst fucking person to be around. He rented a place somewhere near Hayton Ashbury or wherever, and like they were eating handfuls of beans. They got caught stealing like fucking dry beans from a grocery store because they were starving. Ry Cooder, do you know who Ry Cooder is, Nick? The guitarist. He was on the first Captain Beefheart album.
Dude.
When they were
Captain Beefheart does rule though. They're like, I know about them from Man.
End of the story is Ry Cooder shot a fucking crossbow at him in the studio trying to fucking kill him because he'd driven him to that level.
Yeah. Artists are pieces of shit.
What a guy.
They cut. Yeah,
terrible cunt.
Yeah. Not all of them. That's even a smaller percentage of whatever that percentage is of what the artist found.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, he's one of the best avant-garde artists there is, like one of the most iconic. So it's like the best
weird
artists are the biggest pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Cosby, you know,
Caitlyn Jenner.
Johnny Depp, dude.
Is he a big piece of shit? He seems like he wants
slept
to
with
be.
one.
I think you're right. That's you're so right about that. I think he wants to be.
Yeah, he
because he
wants
was
to be
friends
that
with Hunter S.
Bukowski.
Thompson.
He
He
wants to
wanted
be that-
He
yeah.
does.
And you can see when him and when Cusack are hanging out with Hunter, they're like,
Yeah.
they like think they're all hardcore because they're hanging out with him. You
I know. She's like, they're nowhere near.
You're
Like,
just not even in the same.
Dude, you ever shot at your neighbor like fucking Hunter did?
Yeah, dude, he's out there just like, boom, take that, you son of a bitch. You're gonna need more than birdshot.
Yeah.
Boom.
He's insane.
drinking bourbon, eating 3 grapefruits at 3 o'clock in the morning when he woke up, ordering
dope.
6 margaritas and 6 Budweisers whenever he would go to a restaurant.
And even he was like not even that hard. He was just
Right.
a maniac, you know?
Exactly. Well, he became Gonzo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which also, I mean, who wouldn't at that age too? Like, don't you think you would?
I think
you
he's
think you'd fall
always,
into
he's
it?
always been gone.
It was always in there, but as
Yeah.
you start writing as that voice, like you kind of like would be kind of become it, especially if you're allowed to.
Right.
Because
If
like,
it's empowered.
why not?
Yeah.
And I think that
I would.
If it's idolized, yeah.
But that relentless self-obsession and like the illness that drove him to be such a maniac in the first place is also, I think, kind of what drove his writing towards the Gonzo style. You know what I mean? Where it's like he had to become a part of the story because he's like, I can't tell it.
Unless I live it.
Without being part of it. And
Yeah.
like if I tell it from the outside, it won't be as good.
For sure.
method acting, dude. Method writing, dude.
It is method writing for sure. And I think I tried to do that too much from my 20s to my 30s.
It also might
all
be a
my
way
times.
that he kind of slid by. Like when you have an assignment,
Yeah.
like the more you can
True.
just bullshit from your own perspective and not
Yeah.
have to cite your sources.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I also love, like, have you ever watched Where the Buffalo Roam?
No, I want to so bad, and I literally still have not seen
Is that a
that.
movie?
And Bill Murray plays Hunter S. Thompson in that one.
Oh, really?
In the first like opening scene, it's like about him, like, because like Rolling Stone's like, we need this article like weeks ago, and like he was notorious for like handing in like articles like months late.
Okay.
And like his articles would end up being 12 pages. And they'd be
okay.
genius, so they would always let it slide. But like, yeah, like Bill Murray does such a great, like, he's like in a cabin,
Where
just
the
like
Buffalo Roam?
fucked up, and he's like shooting at the printer. He's like, stop, just like,
Don't have
stop
to
calling.
watch
Just like,
it.
yeah, dude, it's so good. I watched it on acid, acid with a box of wine. That was great.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well, watched
good
it
times.
on acid
Acid with a box of wine.
Hell yeah, dude.
Great movie. He was a good dude, but he was a piece of shit. I think it's like you can get things from people, but like I don't think it's ever really great to completely idolize anybody because everybody has their flaws in some sense.
I think that's what I've been pretty good at.
Oh, your phone's dead once
Yeah.
again, dude.
It's ironic that I'll move right past it. I won't yell at you this week. I could tell you got mad at that. I did that to Bradford too when we were doing the Brown Jams. We've like started a song. I had a singing part on one of the songs, and it was very difficult to maintain the beat, the samples, and the singing. And I was like, "Yes, I fucking pulled one off." And then he looked over and he was like, "Whoops, not recording." And I was like, "God damn it!" And he looked at me like, "Dude, it's all right. We'll just do it again." And I was just like, "Oh yeah, sorry. I was just reacting. I didn't mean to scream in your face." You know, like. So I apologize.
But you
if I
were
just
going to say
screamed
something?
in your face.
Continue.
Nope, forgot. What were we talking
What
about?
were we talking about?
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah.
What a guy he was.
Oh,
Huh?
forgot.
Yeah, I forgot too.
Well,
So the value of art.
Right.
what is it? What's the value
That's
of
my
art?
question.
I think that's a question that will never be answered.
I think art is
Subjective.
it's a stroke of a paintbrush on the painting of life, of society at that moment. I think it does. I think the thing about an artist, like whether it's a painting or any form of art, even if it is like lopsided in some way or obscure or doesn't really make it, was still
Say lopsided?
through somebody's perception. Because like it's what the scope of their eyes were seeing about the world at the time, and some
Right.
stuff sticks.
And maybe
I mean,
one
like
of their eyes was higher than the other.
Yeah.
Animal Farm, Brave New World, like books, stories. I mean, like
Paintings.
paintings.
So what is it that's
Music.
valuable about having that?
Because it like tells a story that
it's a
everything else
timeline.
that like survives when everything else just dies away.
What do we do with the story? Why is that good?
Maybe it's not good, dude. You're right.
No, I'm just whittling it
I don't
down.
know. I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe
this is.
It's just something that's always fueled me, honestly. I just have always loved it because I've always felt so lost in the world and like as being as a human and like the weirdness of it that I've never, like when I would hear these writers, not hear them, read them and read the words of like what's kind of happening in my inner monologue. And I'm like, other people are seeing this, or when I look at a painting, then I hear like what their description of it or like their pain or their story behind, whether it's like cutting off an ear or like whatever they're doing. I'm just like, Like, and I imagine like being an artist at that time too. Like, what would I be doing? Like, it's the one weird way that I felt like I actually like exist in a way, or like somebody else has existed before. Also, I just feel like everything is like so. I don't know. Just I feel like art's the only comfort that I have. It's like one of the few comforts that I really do have in this world. Like it does like
Meaningful
it can make
art.
me cry. It can make me laugh. It gives me like a true emotion.
Yeah.
And I think there's value in that because
I think
you can
that-
buy materialism things like shirts or clothes or any of those kind of, or thrills where it's like design roller coasters at Disney World. It's like it becomes so programmed. They're just trying to trick your brain into something because they know like it's science at this point.
Yeah.
There's like this rawness to art.
Yeah, that's consumerism. Purchasing something for the
For the thrill.
for the purpose of pleasure,
Yeah.
or direct satisfaction. Whereas art tells you something about being a human.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not always satisfying in the way that maybe like you want it to be, but like it's fulfilling.
Yeah.
Like watching a really sad movie, reading a really sad book. I mean, like sometimes I get even too far into that where I'm like, I love watching like sad movies and crying or like feeling something, but it's like, I like feeling stuff, but not always just because like I bought clothes like, ooh, that feels good.
I mean, that's what our whole system's based on, right?
I know, it
like
really
the
is.
limbic system. That's how Elon Musk put it. He's like the limbic system, the cortex and the neocortex is all in service to the limbic system. So it's like it's literally
Shout
all
out
about
limbics,
feeling
dude.
good. Yeah, hell yeah, limbic.
Speaking of like the limbics and how you're feeling, I did watch the movie Spiderhead.
Oh, did you?
It's fucking dope, dude.
Well, no spoiler alerts because I want to watch it.
All right, we'll watch it tonight. We can talk about it next week. It's really good though. It like captivated me. And
I
you s-
figured it's a good.
Yeah.
We'll do like kind of a movie app next week,
Yeah.
and we can talk about White Men Can't Jump and
So
a
if
couple
you're,
other things.
if you're watching or listening right now, watch White Men Can't Jump and also Spiderhead.
God,
Yep.
it's been so long since I watched that movie. Like
You-
I remember sitting in the couch with my dad watching that movie, and I must have been like 11 to 12 years old. That's a fucking
Your prime.
Wow. Yeah.
It was a wild movie.
I was looking hot. Yeah, the dynamic was just so weird.
I'm excited to talk about it next week.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've never watched it. in my
All right,
life.
dude, don't come in your pants or anything. Calm
Well, I'm just
down,
like
dude.
have so many opinions
He's
about
all
it
fucking
because it's
pent up
such a
about White
wild
Men Can't
movie,
Jump.
dude. It's literally it's really a very strange, strange movie.
See, I don't know how I feel about that because that movie hit different when you watched it the first time
Yeah.
than when it hit now.
I have this theory, and I think if you guys watch those and you still have some extra space for filling your heads up with something, we should just go on a
Always.
90s nostalgia trip because I just have this concept now in my head that the 90s were still a very crude, like pre-modern time.
So
They
the
feel
pre-come
pre-modern.
of modern time.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes.
90s were pre-coming.
It was
2000.
the edge before the climax, dude.
Yeah. Like I always thought that in the 90s there was all this racism jokes, like it was like the
And
white
everybody
guys
was
do
cool
this,
about
black
it,
guys do
dude.
this, and it was for jokes. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
Racism was just funny.
Yeah.
And then now
it
it's all
is.
crazy. But now
Because you can't make jokes about it anymore, so it like divides us in a weird way. Because like if you're friends with different races, don't you make fun of each other? Like think about us with Pedro every week.
yeah, it is weird.
Y'all come in me hard.
I guess I go, yeah.
Oh, really?
On me, I said.
Sorry.
Fuck.
You did say in.
Both.
We do sometimes, to be honest. Be honest on the show.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know which way to go with it because
Honest.
in one way it was as though this was just the mainstream opinion, but I could also look at it another way and say, no, those are people wielding social issues very crudely and like saying things that they in a way where it demonstrates that maybe they don't understand that when people experience certain things it actually mean something to them and can ruin their lives and things like this, you know?
Interesting.
So it's just, you know, I'm seeing it from both sides, and I'm wondering if after a review throughout the week of things from the 90s, if you guys would go, it was a more primitive time or it was a more sophisticated
No, that
time.
makes sense because I think you're right about that because that's why like mental health and things like that weren't talked about during that era as much. It was like, but also we've also gone too far with that where it's like everybody is suffering.
Right.
Dude, the 90s were like the what's
Thanks, Pedro.
You're good. Bro.
How do you say it?
Neanderthal. Yeah.
Yeah. In the evolution page.
That's
we
interesting.
were like the one or two before
Not
actually
Neanderthals.
before becoming human. Like
Yes.
in the 2010s.
Yeah.
And now modern day age.
Yeah. The 90s were like the caveman era.
Yeah.
It was like Plato's Cave.
No, we weren't exactly.
What's Plato's Cave?
There are three men chained to a rock inside of a cave, and there's a flame behind the rock, projecting a shadow on the wall, and all they ever see are the. Sorry, this is it's one way or the other, but it might just
Sorry,
be
this
that
is Pandora's box.
they're
Who wrote this?
There's Plato.
Oh, okay.
The allegory of the cave is like men who are seeing shadows of the people passing by outside of the cave. They think the shadows are real. And so when one of them, something happens, I can't remember exactly how it goes. I think one of them gets off of it. They see the people on the outside and they come back and try to explain. The shadows are just an image being projected onto the wall by reality as is.
Yeah.
And they don't believe him. They're like, no, the shadows are real. You're crazy. And it's like an allegory
it's like
for
a paradox.
what reality is and how
I
perception
feel like one of the
works.
dudes in the caves right now. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Damn, like, and that's great. Like, when was that written to? Like, when did Plato write that?
I don't know.
1647, I think.
I don't know. It is crazy to me. Like, I started reading this again, the immortality key.
You got it.
Because I've been trying to take more days off a week drinking, so then that means more time for reading. I'm like, that's the stuff. Yeah,
Mine go one and one. They go peas in a pod, dude.
really.
Drinking and reading. That shit's fun.
It's hard for me to like get super focused or like inhale facts. But also, it's weird to me. Like so many of these things have been figured out like either hundreds of years ago to thousands of years ago, and like I'm like we're still kind of debating it or thinking about like perception and things like. But sorry, carry on.
No, so it was written in like 514, 520. It was in Republic.
That was close.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, have you
Like how
read
people
any of
think
the
about
Greek
like
stuff?
but
Greek philosophers?
A lot of that's in like they call back to that because like that's what they're talking about. Like when they're trying to correlate their relation to dosing beer to dosing wine and how like this secret religion is the one that influenced all of Christianity and everything like that. So
Dude, there's two things that I've read that put me in this fucking head state where I'm just like, where I start to maybe believe in reincarnation or something, where I'm like, this feels so, or maybe it's just that it's so quintessentially human, but it's.
You don't believe in reincarnation?
I'm not sure,
Okay.
but
Continue with your thought.
it's the story of Socrates, the Apology. It's Socrates' execution, and then Carl Jung. So whenever I read Carl Jung, I'm like, oh, this feels so crazy because it's so well, like
Articulated.
it's the most well articulated. Where it's just I don't know, it feels like it's coming from somewhere not human almost or something or superhuman.
And it just like hits you like into the DNA to like the code of it. Like every word just strikes you. It's crazy. But it was just I don't know that thing. It's so weird to me. I think they were talking about in this, for example, that I was saying it's proof that we knew like in the Greek society that they were like dosing each other with like mushroom teas and all these kind of things because like there's 5 volumes of like this medical like cookbook and it was made like in the 40 to 60 AD. And to this day, like it is still the principal thing that we use for all of our pharmaceutical drugs.
Oh, yeah.
And it was called like pharmacon, and then and then the Latin goes back and back, changes the word and like slightly. But it's like we just kept on edging out the magic of a lot of these cures and things, like get to like what can make money or what can like control you in a weird way. Cause like or whatever it is. But I'm just saying it's so
I'm
weird.
taking a bunch of like debunking pseudo archaeology classes right now, so I'm like a little bit like, So I apologize for such a reaction, but I am like, that's a way to present it. But at the same time, you could just say it's a tradition of whittling out all of the things that aren't effective, or find the most effective thing.
Or also that it's like a lot of them they're saying like you have to follow the recipe to such a T that you will literally die. Like with like, because they're like saying there's like 55 nightshade teas in there, which are like weird mushroom teas and stuff like that for all these different conditions you'd have.
Nightshade is a sage, like so similar to like I think it's a mint.
Yeah, and I think what was the word? It was called like wolf's mane. I think is one of the weird flowers for it.
Yeah.
Which is like if you ingest it, it's deadly, or it can be slowly deadly like 4 months later. So it's like if you got any of these recipes wrong to like the slice, you're almost like fentanyl and cocaine, you know.
Right.
It's almost like that in a weird way. That like you would literally die. So it's like, oh, you have anxiety or you're scared. Okay, drink this tea. You're going to feel amazing and like rediscover yourself, or you're going to like die the next day. So like, yeah, maybe you're right. Like they would take it out for that reason. But it is interesting. Like they were fucking with this shit that long ago.
Yeah. I used to.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I used to read Belladonna trip reports, the deadly nightshade trip reports on Arrowwood. And that shit was I mean, people would talk about like they did just a little bit too much and they're gone for days.
Exactly.
In these hallucinations.
For real?
Yeah, and there's like a phantom cigarette thing that a lot of them talk about where if they smoked for some reason, a lot of people when they go in there end up smoking a cigarette with a deity of some kind or something. And like, there was a lot of this shit that I read about.
That's wild. But I mean, it all derives from a plant base, right? And now, like going back, like you said, pharmaceuticals and stuff. Like we come to a point where we genetically modify
synthetically modify.
That's
the problem, dude.
And you're putting these chemicals that do create the same. But why not stick to the fucking plant?
Yes,
and that's like the capitalistic aspect of it, right? It's trying to.
I think it's like a two-headed snake, like. On one side, it's
don't talk about my life.
Find the most effective way to treat things,
or like synthetic.
None of the nonsense, or the more bullshit you add, the more opportunity you get for contradictions and like bad reactions and stuff. So that's how the synthetic thing arises.
It's easier to control.
And
widely produced.
What's the part of this flower that's actually helping? You know,
right?
It's like
then it derived.
That's
from
what's
that.
a good.
But then they went and synthetically like created that same plant.
Right. The two-headed snake
and
is.
now it's not coming from the plant.
When you pursue that to its dogged end, you end up with synthetic chemicals that are like 100 times more potent than heroin or whatever,
and removed and like not even part of like what we grew. Like it's also jumping so forward. It's like also becomes an industry, jumping so far forward from like where our connection to was with earth or with anything. This goes like to art, to food, with everything. It's like we're going so far to mass produce or to like treat everybody. We're like, even with, so like for art, for example, music becomes so digital, so fake that there's not even a real thing. Like usually you're gonna see somebody perform or even be a DJ set to like things like it wasn't that live feeling. There was something about the bass drum being too loud, something about the bass rhythm hitting you, something about the pharmaceuticals like getting mushrooms from the wild, but actually bring them in a tea.
Even with a guitar, I sometimes end up feeling when I watch. I'll let you every time when I watch like ethnography documentaries and stuff where people are like building drums in the jungle, and they have like these dances, these ritual dances and stuff. I'm just like, literally this is what music is. So even to take an electric guitar and ba-banga, banga, 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 like it's so crude to my ear. Like when I hear Texas, like white Texas blues now, it makes me go, ugh.
Really interesting.
Steel guitar.
But
you're not a fan?
I do get what you're saying, but steel guitar rules.
It rocks.
But I get what you're saying, but like, dude, have you gone to the Musical Instrument Museum, the MIM?
Dude, that
place made me cry for the same reason.
For sure.
Like, you go back to like our ancestors, like, dude, they had horses' jaws that they're making xylophones on and dancing around that. Cause like there's something about like, in the fetus, like you hear things for your first time.
Oh yeah.
It's like when you hear beats, like that's why dance music and EDM like is so captivating to people on drugs, because like it takes you back to the fetal state of just like hearing the
Yeah.
So you feel fucking comfortable.
It's a
But it's
heartbeat.
like
You literally have a sympathetic response
It's
to external stimuli.
so engraved into us. So like that's what's so wild. Like people like that.
That's how binaural beats work.
Yeah, or like Biden falling off a bike.
¿Quién crees que
Yeah, dude.
eres?
It's like
a joke.
These people are like putting horse skin around and like forming drums like
Yeah.
before they could even really communicate with each other, and they're dancing around a fire and stuff.
Stretching
like, dude,
the
like
skin
that's
of a
art. That's
fucking
fucking
pig.
beautiful.
That's what it is to be human, dude.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
we're so far away from. That's why I like.
But are we? When you're in the middle of a dance club, dude, and everybody is not thinking about anything except for
I guess,
the moment
yeah.
that they're in,
You're right.
bouncing around.
It still is. It's still out there.
And
for
especially
sure.
when they're on drugs.
It's a different variation of it.
Like when you're tripping and you're dancing,
I've never done drugs before. Continue.
like if you're
Today.
tripping and dancing, there is no more ecstatic,
Oh, it feels so good.
you know,
Oh god.
like except for fucking maybe, you know.
Yeah. Once you do it every day for so long, it's like whatever at this point.
Yeah, I remember.
We fuck on drugs every day, dude. It's all good.
I remember being on like ecstasy and shit, and I'm like at a rave or something, and I just hear like the boom, 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 you know, and the point of the whole thing was to be right by the fucking 12-foot speakers.
Those are
you know?
psychos. These folks trying to be like trying to go so. Like I never like. That's so weird to me. You're
Yeah,
fucked
and
up.
you're
You would
just-
do that.
And you were just be like, boom, boom, and you just feel everything in your body like vibrate and
Dude.
constantly like, yeah, I would do that.
I hated those fucking people.
But I also went to raves 3 times.
Yeah.
And did ecstasy 5 times maybe.
Yeah, I get
so
you.
I'm like, I'm not like one of those people
No,
that
no.
are doing that all the fucking time.
Right,
Like,
no,
that's
but-
what they live for. I just, you know.
I just know that it's that vroom, vroom, vroom. Like those people like in high school, the douchebags that have those fucking bass
Oh,
is
yeah.
in their
The
trunk.
rattly bass, dude.
Where like
Rattly
you
bass.
if like you would ever get in one of their cars, unfortunately, you're in the back seat and it's just bumping against it. You can't even hear the music. You actually it like just disrupts your breathing.
Yeah.
You
It
literally
really does.
can't
Yeah,
breathe.
it makes it. I sometimes get panicky and loud.
Me too. I'm like, what are we
environments.
like? This is so fucking stupid. It doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like I remember on Pimp My Ride.
We've just discovered we're both autistic.
No, it's so dumb. It's like I remember on Pimp My Ride one time. They're like they put a bass drum inside of this
Yo,
like
Pimp My Ride was dope.
a two-door like small compact car, and it's the bass drum. Like took up the whole trunk, and it's like
back
it was
seat.
louder. It was louder than an airplane taking off. I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I'm like, that is so fucking stupid.
That's amazing.
I also heard
I'm
that.
still mad at that.
show is
I'm that
like-
autistic.
I can tell. I also heard that show was a scam. Like they had to like
Yeah.
pay. Like,
Of course, their cars are breaking the next week. I remember one like they'd open
no,
a trunk
no.
and had 15 TVs for like tailgate.
They were scamming those people,
3
though.
PlayStations. Yeah, no,
And, like,
like
these people live in the ghetto, dude.
Yeah, dude,
She
that's
just got
gonna be
gang
gone.
banged
dude.
by the whole neighborhood, and then she came on this show.
the people that got their rides pimped had to pay them.
Yeah.
That was the
Oh,
scam.
really?
It
Yeah, they had
wasn't
to pay,
free the way they said. Like
Yeah.
we pimped you right.
Oh,
Yeah, they had
really?
to pay
They
like
sent
the
a bill.
taxes on that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's fucked up.
Damn,
That's
Exhibit, you
hilarious,
wild, dude.
Yeah. You got a Xbox back here, a PlayStation,
yeah.
13 TVs.
And what if this was
We
the
put
only
literally
art,
as much as we could because you're gonna pay us for this shit, dude.
and this is the only art they found about our society? Pimp My Ride.
That's the 9%. Was every Pimp My Ride episode. They'd be like, "This was a strange planet,
God
man."
damn. There's like a culture that loves it. They're like, dude, this shit was.
Yeah, yeah. There's like a planet of Pimp My Rides.
They idolize them.
Like
Yeah,
those
dude.
Japanese dudes who dress up like cholos.
Exactly.
They make up the 13%.
Those Japanese cholos are so fucking
I love
amazing.
it.
Dude, those are homies for sure.
If I was in a committed relationship, dude, I would love to bang a chola
Oh yeah,
Chinese.
Oh yeah,
That'd be
a
sick.
Chinese
a
chola.
Jap chola.
Jap chola.
Are you? Are you coming to Steps this week on Friday?
I'm not sure yet, but it sounds dope.
Yeah, there'll be a Jap chola there, dude.
Cholo, not chola.
Oh, I'm talking about Kopei. And she's not really a chola, but
Oh.
she is a Jap.
Oh, you told me
Oh,
about her a
come on,
long time
dude.
ago.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
hard, dude.
Kopei's dope.
Yeah.
One time, the first time I met her, the first night that I met her, I was like chilling. I had
In
my
love with
beer
her?
on the counter in front of me. She's advanced.
Autistic.
She's advanced in age, and She walks over and
Ages
she
just a
grabs
number, dude.
she grabs my beer bottle with her mouth, upends it and chucks it, and then chokes on it, and fucking coughs beer all over my head.
Damn.
And she like
Which
had
one?
just gotten in from Japan, and she was like, I have a
My mic
cold.
on? Yeah.
Damn, really? She brought over COVID?
Yeah, dude. She fucking this was
from Japan?
Yeah. She pre-COVID'd me,
Oh
dude.
my God.
It was hilarious, but
That's hot.
That is wild.
it was so funny, dude.
That's kinda hot.
It's one of the funniest
That's
things
kinda cool.
I've
It's
ever
funny.
seen.
Good time.
It just escalated so fast, dude.
Yeah,
It's great. So maybe she'll do that to you.
That'd be cool. But yeah.
But she's a recording artist from Japan. She runs the label Mango Sweet Rice, and she used to
Dude,
be
mango sweet rice is dope.
Hell
Have
yeah.
you ever had it?
No,
Sounds
Oh, that
good.
shit's so good.
does sound good. And she was an MTV VJ, so she interviewed like a whole bunch of people
okay.
back in the '90s
I probably do know her then.
for MTV. She was for MTV Japan, so you might not know her.
I only watched MTV in Japan when I was Why is that funny? Dude, I couldn't have culture when in the
Yeah,
90s.
this fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's laughing at me. Dude. He's like, whatever, dude. You listen to Blink-182 and Sum 41.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the side.
Yeah.
I like to know what's going on with America, but I like Japanese.
Oh yeah.
What was that Sum 41 song that was real popular?
Fat Lip.
Yeah. That was one of the
The
first
doctor
songs
said my
I
mom
remember.
should have had an
No
abortion.
yeah.
Abortion.
My stepdad was like, I don't know if I want you listening to that, so I listened to it every day for
I don't want to
a year.
waste my time becoming another casualty of society.
And we're talking about the same shit today, dude.
Yeah, true. See, that's what I'm
41.
saying. They were on to something. You know, I think about that sometimes all the time. Like, thinking about sometimes all the time. Like,
Sometimes I think about that all the time. Sometimes, dude.
like Blink-182. I was obsessed with them as a kid. And it's like, so I feel like so much of my, like, not even comedy, things that make me laugh, like the gay shit, the
Yeah.
fucking your mom and dad, fucking dogs, like bestiality.
Yeah.
That was on all their albums, their live albums, like their banter
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now we're not allowed to talk about it or do those kind of things anymore. Like, it's
And the sad
funny.
thing is they
but-
would enforce that too.
and now the funny thing is now they would enforce not doing that. Is that what you're
Right,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah. That's like that's what's so fucked up. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Keep
you
chasing
literally,
UFOs, you bitch.
yeah, but also like even Mark Hoppus, the bassist, dude, like that's trying to be like, is like super liberal, like left leaning and shit. Like at this point,
When you make all
It's
that
like-
money,
that's so like fuck that, dude.
yeah.
I hate that shit. That makes me
That's-
so mad. It's like
money
you
corrupts, dude.
literally groomed people, and now you're like, hey,
Yeah.
that's not funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Money corrupts.
Well,
It's like, it is funny.
makes sense, doesn't it? There was a kid this week who got fucking arrested for pedophilia. He was like,
Pedro Rules, Phoenix.
Fathers don't shower with their daughters.
I stopped doing that, dude.
yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
on Father's Day, your last one?
It was probably a week and a half ago.
Is that kind of sad
What?
or bittersweet?
That your daughter's forming memories now. You can't shower with her
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, dude, no, but I'm just saying, like, not even in a gross way, but like, it is like, it's like,
It's
even
fine,
from
dude.
like
Gotta
having,
love, dude.
even having the baby like not talking to you or like walking around to like now walking and
Right.
talking. It's like that's bittersweet too. Like you'll never know her like that again.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like now you'll never know. Like you're like that was like it was a weird connection, but it's also like it was
yeah,
innocent.
but you also don't want her to be that forever.
I guess that's true too. But I mean,
That'd be
but it's
annoying.
like you know what I mean. Like oh,
It is
it's our life.
bittersweet, dude.
Yeah.
She was fucking wild in the shower. She.
She was playing tetherball with my dick.
All right, you guys are going the immature route.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
So
I
You
can
just
see. I
said-
can see you guys are going the immature
What did you just
route.
say, Pedro?
she was going wild.
She was wild in
dude.
the shower.
She was. She would like
Twerking?
dance. She would run around. Like
You're not helping, dude.
She did.
I
¿Crees
mean,
que eres?
you guys are definitely not fathers, or will ever soon be fathers. And you don't know. She would
That's
have.
not true. Nick's girlfriend might be pregnant right
Yeah,
now.
she's pregnant.
That's
dude.
not true.
She was sick or whatever.
Well, if she is, he's gonna abort it.
Damn, dude, that's not my choice.
No, it's Pedro's choice.
I have final say.
He's all, I'm going to leave my family soon, and I'm going to need you to be single, boy.
I need this couch. I
No,
broke
man,
it in.
It's just
King's
she'd-
Corner.
She'd like never. I'm just gonna stop talking about.
Oh, no, go, sorry, go. She was going wild in the back. She was twerking and dancing.
Yeah, dude, and
doing shit
she's-
with a rubber ducky. And they're
Yeah.
like, this is
You
And
guys
now
are
that she can
fucking
speak, you don't-
sickos,
you're gonna
dude.
miss
You
that.
guys are fucking sick. You guys are disgusting, bro.
You're the one who's
Oh,
doing
yeah.
this stuff, dude. I
Yeah,
think that's a little
fucking-
worse.
You guys are in like second grade, dude. Get out of here, man. I'm
Yeah, second grade, you still shower with us.
man.
Nah, dude, no. Tell us more about how awesome it was to shower with your daughter, dude.
We're having a nice moment, CJ.
Sorry.
They're just making it all weird and sexual.
Yeah,
dude.
you're
It's
fucking
crazy.
sick, dude.
The guy who got arrested this week, he was taking pictures of a 13-year-old himself having sex with a 13-year-old boy
Was he hot?
and sending them to
Older guy.
other teachers. I think.
Oh, it was a teacher?
I think so. Yeah.
What school district?
That's cool. He's teaching the kids how to fuck.
But he was like he was very outspoken on the whole like
LGBTQI, plus.
on that shit, and
Nailed
so
it.
It's
and he
interesting
was
how it always kind of falls under that sometimes.
yeah, he was like extremely outspoken about the kids
Sometimes. I said sometimes.
the drag queen story time thing.
Well, that's what. Okay, to go on your point, they want to add pedophilia to the LGBTQIA, and I agree with them. They should, because all gay people are fucking pedophiles.
¿Quién crees que eres?
They're part of the same group.
The vagina interpretation.
That's fucking,
I say let them part of the group, dude. We're all
God
deranged.
damn, son.
We need help. We need help. We need to turn this country around. All right.
Yeah, dude. Totally. Speaking of turning this country around,
Yeah, let's turn this conversation around. I'm sorry,
Maya
guys.
Flores just became the first congresswoman ever voted in who was born in Mexico.
Who is
And
it?
Maya Flores of Texas. And she won in a district that has only ever had one. She's a Republican, and
Nice.
she won in a district that's only had one Republican seat in the past 50 years.
Yeah.
So she's like breaking all these glass ceilings, and she's a Republican, so they don't acknowledge it at all.
I'm going to guess she's pretty hot.
And she's pretty decent looking.
Told you.
And Elon Musk voted for her, and he was outspoken about that. And then the mayor of New York, I believe it was, he fucking tweeted he tweeted Elon Musk voting for the first congresswoman born in Mexico as a sign of his white supremacy, of his upholding of white supremacy.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
because she's a Republican.
That's so dumb, dude.
That's
To
what's-
twist that
Isn't that
story.
fucking wild,
To
dude?
twist that story like
yeah,
that. That's
that's
so
what's-
stupid.
What world are you living in, dude?
Well, what world is everybody living in? Like, that happens constantly nowadays. Like, where, like, these are the people that are in power, and you hear the crazy shit that they do or say, and you're like,
Yeah. Oh, it's a picture. Elon Musk is not a leader. He's just another Republican billionaire who supports white supremacy and authoritarianism because he doesn't want his workers to unionize or pay his fair share in taxes. The GOP tried to end democracy, and now he's supporting them.
damn.
It's insane. Like, he said, first time I ever voted Republican
Well, I think the problem.
for a woman who was born in Mexico. You know, like, you're just like, what are you talking about? This is Jamal Bowman of New York who said that. You're just like, you're a
Shout out Jamal, dude.
It's a problem.
dude,
Like,
keep living in a delusion.
it's almost like we're becoming, you know, the British like king and queen in a way. Where like we're becoming so deranged. Like, our politicians now are so old or so like in
Yeah.
the bloodline that they were able to get into that position, that they're so either far away from like what's happening, or they're just like so inbred. At this point, like they're so deranged
That's
from
it.
reality. Like, the things that they say, they don't. Everybody around them okays them. But everybody else on like paying any sense of attention, like, what the fuck? Like, that's go crazy
It's
things
Two
to
also-
say.
examples of that were made this week.
It's
They're-
also a different reality.
It happens every week.
Yeah. But so the electric vehicle thing where everybody's like, oh, I don't have to worry about higher gas prices because I have an electric vehicle. And they're like, oh, well, if you don't like it, go and buy an electric vehicle. It's like,
Yeah,
with what?
$60,000.
Yeah,
plus.
like with inflation and
Yeah.
gas as high as it
Get
is,
the
how am I
fuck
supposed to
outta
get the
here.
money to do that?
Wasn't that what's his name?
it's to-
Fucking
well, Colbert, I mean, literally a bunch of people have said it now. It's become like a meme for the left.
Fucking Colbert, dude. I don't think there's few people that have made me so upset about somebody I used to love so much.
really.
But isn't that the most Marie Antoinette bullshit, like you're saying, dude? It's like,
Such bullshit.
oh, if you can't afford driving a fuel-based car, go buy an electric vehicle.
Which is, if you're
Yeah,
a
let me get right on that, Jimmy.
Yeah.
and if you're a liberal, electric cars are fucking terrible for the environment.
Right, yeah, also.
Literally, the batteries take 25 years, if ever, to dissolve
Yeah.
and rot into the
And
earth.
they take child slavery in order to produce.
to find all the
That's
right
dope. That part I agree with.
to your iPhones that you're
It's
tweeting
the
these
batteries that
problems
get-
about.
Yeah.
Like, they're such
Who's they, dude? You can say it.
Democrats. I'm pissed, dude.
I'm pissed, bro.
I'm pissed about everything. I am.
Yeah, it's been a week, huh?
It's been a while that I feel like I've like let my emotions be so mad about like the people that run all this shit. Because like I've been able to block it out for a while, but I'm just like, it's just like so blatant time and time again. I'm like, fuck all this, dude. Yeah. January 6th, we're ready to
again.
I think like on a serious note, because this is a very serious podcast.
But what has been a serious? I'm sorry.
It really has been. No, don't be sorry.
I'm
dude.
gonna fuck you in the ass later.
Okay. I didn't lube up today, but
good.
I think you gotta blow that thing out.
What? What did you say?
Blow it out.
The fuck, dude?
You're gonna blow that thing
Don't
out.
come at me like that, dude. All
Pull
right?
up the candle, make a wish.
I think.
Make sure you hide that before you say your next statement.
I think it highlights.
July 6th.
We gotta go in the Capitol, not outside.
Oh, no, I'm cutting it. Okay, naps.
Yeah. All right. My point was just that it's like I think that highlights the point of that's why we need libertarianism. Like, and this is so idealistic also because there are so many major issues like nuclear war and global pandemics that libertarianism is probably, is hypothetically not apt to solve, although in practice it seems like it would have worked out just fine so far. But that's why it's like, okay, so then the decisions that affect us directly need to be handled as close to me as possible.
True.
If it's going to be like this huge system like this.
100%.
Having everything directed out of Washington has been such fucking bullshit for the pandemic and 100%. For everything else.
And that's why I liked living in Arizona through all that. Like, it's not why I'd always want to live in a conservative state. But through the pandemic, I'm like, yes, that's where I want to be if that shit ever happens again. Because I felt like I had kind of still had freedom when everybody else was freaking out and like nothing happened. Like things are still happening.
And you knew that there were enough people out here where if they did try to really impose anything hardcore,
it's more like the Wild West. I kind of like
have
that.
A hard time. Yeah,
I do kind of like that. Like, because to think about being in some of the liberal states I was living in before, like especially during like the pandemic, like 2 years in, where like people still weren't leaving the houses. Literally, still like maybe a week or two ago, their kids stopped wearing a mask to kindergarten.
Yeah,
and now they have weird face displacement for the rest of their life, or some kind of like
shit's wicked.
Trauma for that. Like they're gonna be fucked up.
You're forming sociopaths.
All of them.
Oh, dude.
They're being less reliant on human connection in order to function,
Alex Jones said in school shootings, like in the next 4 years, are going to go up even more because of the pandemic.
He's been right so far.
I made that up. I tricked you.
We know which way he's leaning, huh? Jeez Louise, dude.
But no,
if Alex Jones said it must be true. That's all I'm saying.
They are kind of creating these like people that are weirdly disattached from like human reality and touch, and more like even going through college. I mean, going through college now is not necessarily the same thing it used to be. Like you're doing online classes and
For
shit.
example, the Chinese.
And that's happening more and more, even with like, you're not gonna have snow days. You'll log on to Zoom.
Oh, that's so.
But you'll have 30 mental health days. You know what I mean? Like,
also true.
It's also going in that direction. So
maybe true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, true.
Trudeau, dude. December's off for seasonal depression, not for Christmas.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Like when they were doing that Twitter thing where they're, or no, it was Project Veritas. One of the dudes was like, yeah, like some people just take months off at a time and then come back and work for a day or two.
I know.
It was just like,
that's why I feel like about so much of like corporate America and like, people that I know that work in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you ever work?
Yeah.
You have like 3-day weekends or like 4-day weekends. You have like 8 weeks vacation, 3 months vacation every year. I'm just like,
I mean, I have
Boeing gives you 3 weeks off for December for Christmas.
Yeah. So you're saying like they're pretty smart.
I'm like, God, that must be
like, damn, you're doing pretty well.
It must be so fucking nice.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking worker.
You can do it too, though. That's the thing.
What? How?
You could just go do a corporate gig.
I don't think I could.
Yeah.
I don't have. Well,
I mean, I don't have a
college.
I don't have a
degree.
corporate gig or anything, and I get a decent amount of vacation and sick pay, and
hardly works.
No, I do. I mean, I
I'm
do
just
work
kidding,
a lot. Yeah, but still, it's not corporate.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I could do. I can't sit in front of a fucking screen that long, dude.
Right.
Unless it's TikTok, you fucking pedophile.
That or Instagram Reels does it for me. Or
Oh my god, yeah.
Are we on
That can
TikTok?
trap you.
Huh?
Did you get that set up? Are we on TikTok now?
I did. I just can't save the videos for some reason.
Any of them?
I saved like one, and it was like an old, like when we dressed up as a fucking mummy, a robber, and Jesus Christ.
Damn, that was a good episode.
That was a good app, dude.
I can't wait for Halloween.
Halloween's
Yeah.
gonna be
I
done.
love Halloween episodes, dude.
So if you're on TikTok, follow us on TikTok.
Yeah,
WDUTUR
Queers.
pod.
I think that's what it is.
I hope so. 'Cause that's what it is on the rest of them.
yeah, it makes sense.
We'll verify later, maybe next week after we break down the movies, dude.
Sure.
It's gonna be a fun week, dude. It was good seeing you guys.
It was great seeing
I
you
like
guys.
these
well.
couch episodes. They're fun. It's
Yeah,
like
This is
couch
chill.
potato, couch potato.
Love
I like
you
these
guys.
episodes where you guys set everything up and get it all rolling, and then I just come in and perform.
Oh,
and-
wait,
Well, you
hold
are
on.
the performer.
Do you mean like?
this is what the producer does, right?
Yeah, you are the talent.
Do you mean like every week?
Huh?
Don't be a dick at the end.
That'd be
of the
awesome,
podcast.
dude. If you guys did that, that'd be cool. We could work something out here.
So you just like, hey, I think I'm gonna be late next Tuesday. Do y'all mind starting before me?
Yeah, the next 20 Tuesdays.
I'll roll it in the next 5 minutes or so. You're just waiting in the car.
Yeah. Just have the AC on.
Actually-
I'm on a Bill Burr Patreon now. It's pretty exclusive.
yeah.
I got here.
Louis C.K.'s on the phone.
Hey, Louis.
We're emailing.
It was worth it to be told that I wrote a great joke by Mark Norman.
Oh, for sure. I bet. That's dope.
pay 25
That's sick
bucks
that he
a month
does
for
that.
yeah,
It
it
is
I
is.
love
dope.
that.
Yeah,
That's badass.
Comedians are more punk rock than any fucking musician out there.
Yeah.
they really are.
Buy 100%, dude.
Yeah, I think it's always been. It's just more prominent now.
I don't know.
Yeah,
dude.
musicians are pussies.
Musicians.
Go see the Edisons.
musicians
26th
were-
next month.
No.
We're
It's gonna be so
hard,
sick. I'm
dude.
so excited.
They used to be hard, dude.
They did. Yeah. Gigi Allen, dude. Shit.
Now they're
shit on
fucking-
come.
now they're limp,
Come on,
dude.
people. Yeah, now they're libtards.
Yeah,
Limptards. If you're looking at Justin
Limptards.
Bieber,
Yeah.
can't get hard anymore with the fucking.
they're low T
rider
tards,
clothes.
dude.
Low T tards.
Low T for tard, dude.
Amor.
Y
paz.
We'll catch you next week, folks.
Fathers don't shower with their daughters.
I don't anymore.